Hello, wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'd like to do a nice, meaty political reading. I haven't done one in at least a week, so I wanted to cover some current events. All right, so we have one lone senator, Republican senator, saying that she has some concerns about Mitch McConnell's partiality because Lisa Murkowski, senator from Alaska, said that it's concerning. It's a bit disturbing to her that he would say that he has no intention of being impartial, that he would basically say his mind was made up already. So, I kind of want to know, is she for real, or is she simply trying to please some more moderate voters in her state? She also had plenty of criticism for the Democrats, so she was with the party line on that stuff. But let's see. What's going on with Lisa Murkowski? Yeah, Page of Cups. It's like she's offering a little bit. She's offering a little bit of a message that, yeah, some voters might like. So there's that. She looked so anxious as she did that interview. Yeah, but there's two of coins, but she's still trying to walk the party line. See that two of coins juggler, he's almost like walking a tightrope. So she's wanting to please voters on both sides of the spectrum, balance them both. She doesn't want to be the one to wave the flag of, yes, I'm a Trump Republican, because she wants to please them all if she can. She wants to keep her seat. Okay, what else though? Is there anything? She's standing her ground. Seven of Wands. Well, okay. I think a bit of it is she is standing her ground. She has been one. Her and Susan Collins, they have sometimes spoken out against Trump's policies. They've dared to sometimes at least talk about voting with the Democrats on some things instead of with the Republican senators. But then they've always at the last minute, they go with the Republicans anyways. Um, yeah, usually. So I think that in some ways she feels like she's standing her ground because she does not want to completely support everything Trump does and says. So she does feel like this is something she needs to do for her own, the last bit of autonomy she's hanging on to as a lawmaker. There's got to be loads of internal conflict there because she's given a lot of ground. In the past, we have the Knight of Cups. So right, yeah, there's some manipulation there. There's some, I want to make a good impression. She wants to make a good impression on everybody. That is foremost in her mind. That's disappointing. That's too bad. Above it all, we have the Eight of Wands. Okay, I almost hear it. So it's like she tells herself this. Well, there's so many things we want to accomplish, and things I'm hoping to get done during my term, that she justifies, the times she has really supported Trump. Okay. In the immediate future, Two of Wands. Yeah, will I get elected? Will I get reelected or will I not? What's my plan for if I don't? So she really does not feel secure in her seat at all. I feel like reading her energy, I feel like she feels she's taken a stand in some things and she feels pretty good about that. She sees that as extremely significant. I, on the other hand, don't see it as very significant because you could take a stand and you could still vote with the Republicans, and so what's that good for? But then again, she's on the inside of the system, and she knows the votes are going to happen regardless of whether she's with them or not. So she feels good about stands she has taken, and she does feel, I think she has sometimes risked some political favor in doing so, but she's felt like she needed to. So there is some principle in there as well. It's sort of a mixed bag, I guess. I think that's what I'm seeing for her. She's a mixed bag. she is thinking of reelection. She is thinking of her political future. She isn't just playing the voters. There is some integrity there, but I think she's really fooled herself about how significant it's been when she's spoken out. Okay. I also wanted to ask about, look at this. We're just going to do it that way. I also wanted to ask about, okay, does it do anything? Does it do anything? I think one of the headlines was, is there a fracture starting? And I went right away, I'm cynical by now. Right away, I'm like, no, but let's read on it. So does this mean there's some sort of fracture in the Republican senators on whether or not they will support Trump completely in this impeachment? Let's see. Okay, we have the King of Wands. He just leaps out of the deck. All right, and we know the King of Wands in my readings tends to be Democratic leadership male, right? So if there's a fracture, it's just between the Democrats and the Republicans. That's where the break is, which it would make sense. Yes. There may be, and it feels like there may be more of a fracture in the Democratic Party, actually. Some who would just go along with serving the interests of corporate America too much, and those that absolutely are not going to. So I think there's probably more of a real split in the Democratic Party than in the Republican Party. Okay, that's probably why that flew out. All right. So will this grow? This tendency for Republican senators to say, I think we should hold a real trial. Oh, we have the moon, but reversed. Okay. Well, there's a lot of secrets there. There are a lot of secrets there. The reversal, what does that mean? Let's do a clarifier. We'll find out. 8 of Cups. Okay, so the moon reversed, secrets, but yet it's not that simple. This is a reversal. And the 8 of Cups. Okay, well, I think this could be again pointing to there are some senators who would love to see Trump leave before the campaign season really heats up, before the debates, between the Democratic candidate and the Republican candidate. Yeah. I think there are those who would still like to see him leave. This is on the down low, though. This is a secret, but maybe the reversal, because it's starting to come out. It is starting to leak a little bit more. Okay, well, we can expect more things to come out then about how some senators really feel about this. But will they confirm it publicly? Let's see. We have the Hierophant underneath. Okay, so that's a nod to some of the Republican senators, even though they will vote the way McConnell wants them to vote, will still say, but we have to do what we're required to do by the Constitution. We have to have a real trial. So this is going on behind the scenes, and it will go on behind the scenes more and more as we get closer to it. Yeah, there are some Republicans who are like uncomfortable with just dismissing the constitutional requirement. Just uncomfortable with that. Really not all right with that. And that would not agree with Mitch McConnell, who says, oh, it's partisan, so I make no apologies. I don't need to be impartial at all. They wouldn't agree with that. They do still have some real value for the Constitution. Gosh. I hear libertarians. I think there may be some libertarians that are just not okay with the way it's being trampled. So they like to think they're very true to the Constitution, but it's selective, right? Okay, behind. We have the Page of Coins. Yeah, they're all thinking about the new job. That's always on their mind. They're all obsessed with getting reelected. over there. They just are. It's terrible. Oh, yeah. I guess, I'm sure that they reach Capitol Hill and they maybe get swept up in it and they lose some perspective, I believe. I believe a lot of the senators and Congress people lose some perspective. This isn't the be all and end all. If my purpose is to serve my country, does it really matter all that much that it's through this particular office? They really kind of lose it. Those who had it when they came in, those who had perspective when they came in. I'm sure there are some who keep perspective. But above it all, we've got the Five of Cups reversed. They're not looking back. They're not regretting. They're not tempted to. They sure are tempted to. It's like, for a lot of these senators, it's like at the back of their minds, like, oh gosh, we should have nipped this in the bud a long time ago. It's that kind of thing. I'm sorry, guys. It's that kind of thing. Like, we should have stopped this a long time ago. Now it's too late almost. They didn't realize that once they humored Trump, he would bring them further and further and further across the line. They somehow thought that it would work the opposite way, that they would get him more under control as time went on. The opposite has occurred. So, yeah, they hadn't anticipated that. They were thinking that, like new presidents do, he would learn some things and he would become more somebody they could work with more and more. It went the wrong way. So a lot of them are regretting that. But they're afraid to. They're not going to do it publicly. That's why the reversal. They're not going to, really entertain those thoughts. And then the Tower in the immediate future. Wow. Wow. What's that? So what is that? It's not going to be as predictable as McConnell thinks. Now, I don't know, like with the Senate trial, I think that I don't expect, you guys, I'm sorry, but I don't see the Republicans changing their minds and voting him out. I don't see it. I do not see it. But I have seen there's more surprises in that Senate trial than they think there are. So that'll be interesting. And then we get this Tower. So what does that mean? The clarifier is the High Priestess. The High Priestess clarifies that one. All right. Deep mysteries. Oh my gosh. I have felt through this whole presidency that there are so many things happening behind the scenes that I wish I knew, that aren't even leaking into media anywhere, we just don't know. And so that continues. So the Tower that happens, it may rumble under the surface, but we may not know a lot about what it is. Okay, but what effect does it have? Let me just do a future. Let me just do future here. What effect does the Tower have? Can you tell us anything more about it, Spirit? Okay. Oh, Seven of Wands. Standing their ground, but now this is a reversal. There may be some that have to speak out more about the impeachment, about the trial. There may be some that become more open. Yeah, okay, it does. It does erode the unity a little bit. It does, you guys. Okay, well, that's good to know. That the trial itself, I think, is the Tower that erodes some of the unity that Mitch McConnell has going in the Republican Party, because they are going to be paying attention to the voters. And there will be Republican constituents who are writing their congresspeople and saying, hey, we want a real trial. There will be those who are writing and saying, we don't really want Trump anymore. We want a Republican in office, but we don't want it to be Trump. Yep, it's good to keep the heat on. It's good to keep the heat on. That's what I'm getting. All right. Let's see what else we have. Well, we do this method and we get more reversals, huh? Seems like. Okay, well, that's all interesting. Things happen for a reason in these readings. I'm a firm believer in that. Okay. All right. So, also, Nancy Pelosi, how long is she going to hang on to the articles? I felt like it was a dynamic process last time I asked that question, and she wasn't entirely sure, but for some reason, I was feeling like a few months. Let's see. How long? Secrets. The moon again. So it's kind of murky again. Again, I really think she hasn't decided. I think she is so careful to kind of. Okay, I'm back. So there are secrets. There's murkiness. I don't think she's decided. I think she always is trying to gauge what is best to get the most representatives reelected in the future. So she is talking to all of them. And she is looking at the data. I really think she is. She's not made a decision. Still, she's very deliberate. Very deliberate. Challenge card, 2 of Cups. Okay, that's what's challenging. When she has to talk to the Republicans. See, that 2 of Cups is a lot of times Republican senator support of Trump. But I think in this case, it's sort of like trying to find some common ground with the Republicans. So there's going to be some negotiation about witnesses. And so it has not yet been decided. She's not being coy when she says that. It is the truth. All right. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, I think she tries. To be upfront when as much as she can. All right. Now, what else did I want to ask about? Justice Roberts. So I wanted to know, okay, so he gets to preside over the trial, and how much power does he have to affect anything? I mean, I don't know. I just really want to know. And I want to know what he's thinking about it. So let's do a reading on Justice Roberts. What will his role be? How will he approach it? 2 of Coins upside down. I like that. I think I like that. Because I think that means that he's not walking a tightrope. You know what I mean? He's not trying to please this person and that person, though the pressure is on him to do so. He's not trying to, thread the needle, so they keep saying now, or, walk that fine line between looking like he's impartial and actually, being on the side of the, he's not doing that. He's not doing that gaminess. Okay, well, that's good. He's not intending to. The clarification. Victory reversed. Victory reversed. All right, so 6 of Wands reversed. And that is why. Yeah, I do think he's going to throw a bit of a monkey wrench in things. The senators are going to want to pull this off and even make it a spectacle to try to get bad press for Biden. That's what they're going to try to do. And they're going to try to not call any relevant witnesses and have it not damage Trump's ability to get reelected at all. That's what their goals are. But I think that since we got a reversal there, I think they're not going to be happy with everything Justice Roberts says. I do feel he has some limited control there. But I don't feel like they're going to, he will, try to follow, custom. He will try to be true to that. Yes, he will. He will. He doesn't have as much power as I think I'd like him to have in this situation. Beneath it all, there it is. Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. The 8 of Swords, yes. So he doesn't have, he is constrained. He's presiding over it, but he is constrained. There's only so much he can do to try to inject some impartiality and fairness into it. I feel like he will give a speech that is almost admonishing, urging them all to be impartial, reminding them it is their duty to be impartial. I feel like that's going to happen. He's going to challenge them in that way. I think they're going to try to tightly control the impression that is left by this trial, and he's going to threaten that control. Yeah, it's going to end up making him look worse than they want it than they want it to be. It's going to end up making the senators look worse than they want to look. So they're going to be focused on protecting Trump, but their reputations are going to take a hit here. I think Trump is even going to attack them for how they're handling it. Is that right? Queen of Coins. Oh, goodness. Queen of Coins. Well, a lot has to do with this donor, this mystery donor I keep seeing, and maybe those like her. And for some reason, I keep thinking Betsy DeVos is important in this, and her family is important in this. Yeah. And Rebecca Mercer's still on the scene. She's still donating. She's still really trying to influence things behind the scenes. So there's what the donor wants, what will happen. I guess that's what I'm saying. And if these particular donors are really letting the senators know, we want you to do this, they'll do it. But it may help Trump more than it helps them. There may be some inadvertent casualties here. Okay. But yet I don't see you know what I mean? I don't see a lot. I mean, I don't see a ton of that, right? But I do see them, them suffering some dings to their own reputations and credibility, some of them. Okay. In the past, 2 of Swords, yeah, there's some division, right? So, and we're talking about Justice Roberts. Yeah, we're talking about Justice Roberts. So he has a little bit of indecision about how he's going to handle it. And in the future, we've got the Page of Coins. Okay, and that's just, I don't know what that is, frankly. What is that? Because Justice Roberts doesn't have to worry about getting reelected. He's there. Page of Coins, security, bid for greater security, safety. Isn't Justice Roberts Republican? And he is quite, I'm getting the vibe that he is quite conservative. But I know, based on the facts, that he's been more moderate than a lot of those. But, the Republican Party's gotten so conservative and so right-leaning that, he looks more moderate now. But, so he does want, he doesn't mind the Republican Party being in charge, all of that. He doesn't mind that at all. Yeah, I don't know. I think he thinks he's enhancing security of the nation. I think that's his desire. Whether he is or not, I don't know. I don't like this 10 of Coins here. I don't like that. And I don't like that his reading gets the Queen of Coins up above there. So it makes me wonder if he's not also influenced by the wealth in the country and who holds it. So it does make me wonder if he's not unduly influenced by that, even though he's not reliant on them for his position. It's a very complicated network of influences, I think. So this is interesting. We'll see. I guess we will see how it goes. He has some tension about this. He's not entirely at peace with this. Like I said, he feels a little constrained here. He feels a little constrained. He doesn't like that. He wishes he could just go and completely do it the way he feels the Constitution wants it done, and and just not think of any of this other stuff. But it does intrude. Yeah, he's got many worries. He's got a lot on his mind with the 10 of Wands. Okay. Yeah, there are influences on him, pressures on him that we do not understand. But they do have something to do with powerful people with money. Okay, I don't get a feeling like he's, corrupt, not like by choice, but I feel like there are some practical, he sees them as practical barriers that can't be overcome because it wouldn't work anyway because there's too much powerful money in Washington anyways. I feel like it's more like that kind of thing. So I wish I knew more about this. But it is a complex, I mean, it's been designed to be a complex network of sources of influence on politics. So it is, you know. Okay. All right. Not forever though. No, no, no. I do see this kind of control ebbing. Just ebbing, flowing away. Its day has come and it will go. You know, its day will go. Yeah. It will flow away. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. Bye-bye.